Get ready. Put me on the back of the pickup truck.
Get it, get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy. So, Nicole,
What's up?
let's welcome everybody to What He Said with Kevin Walker. Of course, I am Kevin Walker. Also joining me on the screen, the lovely Nicole Cat, Tough Cat.
What's
Hey,
up?
tell everybody about your weekend. How was your weekend?
My weekend was amazing, but it's to be continued. Can't talk about it too soon. I gotta wait to have another weekend to make sure that that weekend wasn't just coincidental. Then when it happened 3 times in a row, then I can tell y'all about my weekend.
Well,
But my
since,
weekend was a weekend.
since it's already happened twice, let's talk about what's too soon to get married.
I don't know. I need the answer to that question because I'm in heavy consideration over here. The reason why I'm asking is because I've known people that have dated for 4 years, and they got married, and the marriage only lasted for 90 days. How is
Yeah,
this even
I know
possible?
somebody like that as well.
And the reason why I think that happens is because I think people mentally think when they get a piece of paper, it's like, oh, they ain't going nowhere. They change how they treat the person and not in a better way. They get more lax, like the mission is complete. But really, when you get married, that's when the mission just starts because the goal ain't just getting married. The end goal is staying married. And I think a lot of people miss that mark. But the reason why I'm thinking like in the back of my mind, outside of criminal background check, STD check, baby mama check, and work background, I'm thinking about how back in the day they used to have arranged marriages, and those marriages used to work. And let me explain to you why. Because the man did what he was supposed to do to take care of the woman, her family, and the kids. And because he always was looking out for her, 9 times out of 10, she grew to love him. Like that's just like I don't understand. Like if you continue to have the same sex partner, it don't matter how player y'all think y'all gonna keep it all, man. What's up? We just partners. After a while, you're gonna develop some kind of care and concern for that person,
That's
unless
true.
you just heartless.
That's true.
So
That's absolutely true.
yeah. So I'm about ready to risk it all.
So I don't. I honestly like for me, man. I don't think you can put a how soon or a limit. I mean, because once you reach a certain age, you know when you've met somebody that's different than everybody else. You know when you've met somebody who pays attention to your detail versus on their own agenda, so to speak, and you know when it's right versus when you know what I'm kind of spinning my wheels. And the bad part about spinning your wheels is that some of us will stay there and spin our wheels until our tires totally burn all the rubber off of them. You know, and
So
then we want to finger point and not have any accountability for our own actions.
so let me ask you this as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any reason why you should carry out a relationship longer than 2.5 years? Because that's been the status quo of what I've heard, that by 2.5 years, you know if you should marry that person. Like basically, if you've been in a relationship longer than 2 years and that man ain't married you or even proposed to you, he has no desire to want to get married at that point to you.
So, Nicole, I'll say this: in 6 months, a man knows if he'll marry you or not. Now, if he does it or proposes within that 2 year window, that's a totally different situation. But in 6 months, he knows. He knows if you are marriage material to him.
Mm.
So he knows if he'll do it. Now, whether or not he does it or he feels like he's ready, that's a totally different thing. Because a man can want to marry you but not be ready. And sometimes, like what you just said, people date for so long, get married, and within 6 months of the marriage, they get it annulled. But that's because somebody wasn't ready in that situation. But there was some outside pressures probably to force their hand. But here's my problem. You have these women sending their representatives, and I can only speak from a male perspective. They send their representatives to present themselves in a certain kind of manner, a certain kind of way, and they really and truly are not ready for the situation that they supposedly say they want to have. They really not ready for it, because I hear all the time. You don't hear it so much from men, at least I don't as a man, because I don't date men, so I don't hear it. But you hear it all the time from women when they have a list of things. Oh, a man gotta have this, a man gotta have that, a man gotta, and all that's cool if that's what you desire. I'm not saying that you can't desire what you want to desire, but what I am saying is that when you create your list, are you the list? Are you the things that you desire?
Can you
So I
check that
think
stuff off about yourself?
yes, yes. Can
Nine
you
times out of
say,
ten, they can't.
you desire the things from a man that you are as a woman? So
It's
that's the
usually
key for
not
me.
like that.
Say it again.
It's usually not like that. But on the flip side, I'll ask you this. Why is it that males, well, I guess it's already written, men will play with things that they will not commit to. And what I mean by that, a man will run through, a male, MALE, will run through 15 women in a 3 month period of time, but then they'll turn around and won't want to marry a woman that's been with 15 men.
Well, let me say this.
That's the list not matching the list.
Okay. Well, let me correct you on one thing. A male that's running through 15 things in how quick you say? 2 months?
Three
3 months?
months. Hmm.
That's not a man. That's a boy. Because
Okay.
grown men got too much time to be trying to run through everything that crossed their mind. So that's a boy. And that's what happens a lot of time, is that you women get tricked. They come like a sheep in wolf clothing.
Mm.
So it's a little boy that shows up in a grown man's shell. And so
Mm.
because he looked like a man and talk like a man and stand up and pee like a man, y'all think he a man when really he's just a grown little boy.
A overgrown
And
boy.
so when you allow a grown little boy to intrude your space, you get inundated with the things that he throw up in the air, because what that grown little boy is doing, he's learning you. So he's learning your likes and dislikes,
Mm-hmm.
your do's and don'ts. A
Mm-hmm.
grown man, a grown man not gonna take the time to learn. A grown man gonna take the time to give and show you something different, show you a better world. He's gonna adhere to some things off the muscle that he like to try and turn you on and open your mindset to something different and new. Baby, I
Right.
don't like that. Well, baby, let me show you something. Baby, come here, baby. Give me a
Come
chance.
here, baby.
Yeah,
Come here,
that's what a
baby.
grown that's what a grown man gonna do. A grown man gonna give it to you different. But these grown little boys, they come in playing games. They come in playing games. And because they talk the talk, and they might even work the job of a grown man, it don't make them a grown man. It just makes them a grown little boy.
Right. Right. And the cycle continues.
So we talked earlier about this off air, and I wanted to tap on it when I said everyone is currently somebody else's old F up. Like, for some reason, man, I've been seeing a lot of posts where women are dogging out somebody else's man, like they've got that authority because of the dude that they have.
Okay, like let me make sure I'm following you. So say for instance, I got a dude, but then my homegirl got a dude, but he like kind of shady. So I started talking about him like my dude all that, but in actuality, my dude might be a little shady too.
Because here's what I say, Nicole. You're right. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. Because here's what I say. your new dude or your boo, who you have, who you think is all that. If you can see the comments, you can read them. I'm not looking at them.
I
Um,
don't see none.
he's previously been somebody else's fuck up.
Right.
To put it bluntly, that's how you got it. So she fired him.
And then I hired him.
You hired him.
And then I fired him again.
Eventually, he will be fired because, again, like I just stated, these representatives show up. But for me, I commented on. I think it was Giselle today had posted something about. I don't want to misquote her post, but it was something along the lines of the desires of your heart or something of that nature. And I said, for me, like I'm protecting my heart at all costs with my full armor of God. So when
Right.
you put on the full armor of God, nothing can penetrate inside of you. And
Right.
so from that particular stance, I said I also will not fall for the Trojan horse because a lot of times these women, and again, I can only speak for us as men, these
Mm-hmm.
women try and get inside your world in a Trojan horse, something that ain't real. They trick you. Remember what Eddie Murphy said a long time ago? They trick you with the pussy. It's a pussy trap. Don't fall for the pussy trap.
But some of y'all want to jump in the trap. It ain't like you gotta be tricked. You come looking for it. What do you like? Whatever you like. Like it ain't a trick.
So yeah, but
You
so here's
trick
the thing for me.
yourself.
You're right. And here's the thing for me. That's why I said I'm dating with a purpose. I'm dating to meet a grown ass woman who wants to be a wife. So I'm not interested because look, let me tell you something.
You gonna get married again?
I would love to be married again.
Can I be the
Love to be.
flower girl? I want to be the flower girl.
Cause look, here's my thing though, Nicole. So through high school into college, I was able to go around the country with my college roommate that played professional football, had another buddy playing other places in the pros that I would go visit all the time. So I'm around A1 Perico, the best women around. I was around them. I'm in the mix. So I had the opportunity my entire life from being a man in high school, being one of the top athletes coming out in high school. And you know, when you in high school, it ain't about the money you got, it's about the athleticism. Everybody wants that athlete. So I was that guy. So
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get the finest, cutest cheerleader I wanted. You move on to college, same thing. You move on into life, same thing. So for me, I've had my opportunity to get all the pootinanny, all the coochie I want. I've had that chance. So now
Unlimited.
I'm 55. I'm 55, and for most of the years of my life, because it worked, I led with my penis.
The
Because it
wings and
worked.
wane.
It worked. It got me where I wanted to be as long as I wanted to be there. It got me there. As long as I was interested, I was in there. So now at 55, all I'm saying to young men is having the finest of the finest, the cutest of the cutest, out here running the streets, playing the games, hustling, making a bunch of money, still on an A1 job, doing my thing, going to work every day in spite of what I'm doing in the streets. I'm 55 and single. So my point
Mm.
is, having gone through all that and done all that, I ain't got shit to show for it at 55.
Ouch.
Nothing. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have nothing. I mean, as far as the desires of my heart to have a wife. So
Right.
I'm not dating nobody just to get no pussy. Like, man, let me tell you
Baby,
something.
you better find somebody that's gonna push you around in that wheelchair.
Don't put the
That's when
pills
you
in my pill pack. I need somebody to
okay.
put the pills in my pill pack. Let's fuck out my way.
Right. Better help somebody help you put the socks on, the compression socks, them be hard to pull up. You need some little help.
Hey, for real, why you playing? But no, that's where I am. Like, I'm looking for a lady who really desire a real man. Like, I'm probably about 7 to 8 years from retirement, probably about 7 to 8 years from retirement. And I'll be honest with you, if I get within that 5 year mark and I ain't found that somebody, then I'm good. I'm not gonna be married because I'm not gonna work 35 years on a job, get an A1 retirement, and then share my retirement with somebody who ain't got up and made me some sandwiches in the morning before I go to work. I'm not doing
But
it.
wait. Now let me get you. Why are we so ready to constrict how our blessings come? Do you know how many men that I have talked to and I thought they were great guys, but mentally because they had one divorce, one bad wife, they have shut down. They are totally against marriage and they will not entertain it because they had a bad experience. But like I told him, you know what I'm saying? You drive every day. You have one accident, that don't stop you from driving again. I know men on motorcycles, they have broke their legs, road rash, snapped all type of parts, but they be in the hospital like about to have surgery. I can't wait to get back on my bike. So what I'm saying is I don't like how people let bad situations shut them down for life because you never know. I know people that have gotten married later on in life and it has been their best time, their best desires. Like you say, okay, you didn't work this job for 35 years. You don't know how much longer you're gonna live after that. So what if you do meet somebody and they wasn't there making sandwiches because they was in life somewhere else, learning something else to be able to provide something else for you. And you spend your last 6, 7 years on earth with them. So I just don't want you to shut down on opportunities because whose time schedule are you running off of? And when I talk to you, I'm really talking to myself because I look at the fact like you 55, well, I'm 44. I bought my own house in December. I was on the fence about doing that because I was like, wow, first of all, owning a home is not easy. It is not easy. I'd be over here about to pull my dreads out. It's not easy. Then you got to worry about when you meet a man. What if he own a home? Or when we get married, who's selling their house? I'm not selling mine. He don't want to sell his. Like it's so much involved in adult situations. So it's like we got to date somebody that's on the same maturity level and then have common goals because at the end of the day, the way I pictured how this was all supposed to work, if you want to get into religion or you want to get biblically into stuff, just common sense, it makes sense not to have premarital sex because premarital sex leads to crazy baby mamas, unstable baby daddies, a bunch of children that can't nobody take care of, that we have to rely on the welfare system. Like all the rules in place, they make perfect sense. You know, don't sleep with your neighbor's husband. It makes perfect sense. But we don't follow rules. Us as the human being race, we just don't follow rules. They set a speed limit. What do? Now we gotta implement police officers because we know somebody gonna break the rules and they gonna speed. So now the cop gotta pull you over, write you a ticket. Now you gotta go to
Yeah.
court and get the consequences. Like everything in life has rules and it all has consequences. But I'm looping back to what you said. You highlight how, well, now I'm 55. I done got everything and I done did everything. Why I gotta wait till y'all do all that and y'all get old and your beard gray? Now you're ready to settle down. Now you want a wife. And you ran through. Do you know you ran through, Mr. Walker?
So look, let me tell you something. I remember being a young man in my 20s and 30s saying, I ain't paying for nothing, I ain't buying her nothing, I ain't giving her nothing. Shit, if we can't acquire something together, then shit, it is what it is. So now, probably more than just in my 50s, but even into my 40s. So the one thing I did do, or try and make sure I did as a husband when I was married for 22 years, I tried to give my wife total autonomy on anything she wanted, anywhere she wanted to go, all this $200 and $300 bags of hair, whatever she wanted. I tried to provide because I wanted to be a good husband and a good support system for my mate. So even now at 55, all I'm saying is whoever it is, whomever it may be, the invisible woman
I
that
like
never
my
comes
invisible
on
woman.
camera, or if it's some other woman out in the universe somewhere who is probably not, whomever it may be, seriously, like, man, I just want to spoil the fuck out of somebody for however much more time God gives me, for real. Whatever that
Right.
means for her. And that's why I always say the next woman who gets me, gonna get the best me, because I'm gonna give them all of me. Whatever my heart desire and their heart desire, I'm gonna try to be the best man I can for
That's so sweet. Me
them.
too, Lord. Don't forget me. But see, again, it took some life experiences for you to
Yes, it
get
did.
there.
It
You know
did.
what I'm saying? Because, like you said, you ain't start off with that same conversation.
Hey, let me tell you something. I remember when I didn't have no kids, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, and I used to always say, I don't want a woman with kids, I don't want a woman who smoke, I don't want a woman who drink. Well, now I got a boatload. I do smoke cigars. Shut up. And I drink a little bit.
A
I
little
still
bit.
just drink a little bit.
Social drinker. Every
I'm a
now and
social
then.
drinker, yes.
Okay. We'll accept that.
So I can't say I'm not going to deal with a woman who does those things because I do.
Right.
So, it is what it is, man. But again, life be life and hey, I just want to be able to go through this thing, finish out the stretch, finish out the home stretch on top of the earth, man, and be happy and just remembered as a guy who kept it real, who kept it 100 at all times. That's all I really want. Like, I don't, for the life of me, Nicole, I'm so confused at how people get upset, which goes to the topic. How do you get upset because the desire in your heart is not what's in mine? You can't make nobody be with who you want them to be with.
And you can't make
So,
nobody like you.
so I don't get to choose my own mate.
Listen, I just went through that. I had a whole conversation. This how the conversation went. Nicole, you wasted my time. How did I waste your time? Man, you know I like you. What have I been telling you this whole time? Man, you been telling me you ain't want no relationship. But I thought right there, what did you think? Because I've been telling you since day one, I don't want no relationship with you. Like, you can't, I guess the person thought that after they was gonna break me down, wear me down after I have a couple of conversations and we go here, we go there. That didn't happen. So now you're literally frustrated and now you yelling at me saying that I played on your top and I wasted your time. And I had to say to this person, what have I said different than what I've been saying since day one? I have not led you on. I have not lied to you. I have told you from day one what it is. But you, in your brain, you thought you was gonna change my mind and convince me of some stuff. It didn't work. If a person keep telling you what it is, at some point you got to sit back and be like, this might be what it is.
So I'm gonna ask you as a woman because that's something that I'm definitely confused about. And I'm being totally serious for the ladies that's watching, and maybe some of y'all, Felicia, whomever, maybe some of y'all can help me because I'm confused. I'm struggling to understand when women ask for honesty and a man communicates his heart, the desires of his heart, and you get the desires of his heart, and you don't want to accept them. So to me, that goes back to people saying, as a woman, women can't handle the truth.
I hate that statement.
But for me, let me tell you something. I've been in so many situations because I'm a communicator, Nicole, and I've tried to be totally honest and transparent to the best of my ability.
You know what it is? You like me. Like, we're so bubbly and our personality is so big that when we say stuff like that, people think we joking and not like ha 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 joke. Like you just come across as like a whole big comedian. So when you be like, girl, your breath stink, it's not even registered in her brain like she needs to go to this, like her birthday. She's just like, oh, Kevin being silly. But you really like, no, girl, your breath stink. I can't be with you. And instead of her trying to treat the problem, go to the dentist. So now she in front of your yard and like, oh, let me pop this peppermint in my mouth before I knock on the door. When really it's deeper than that. Like this man has told you what it is, but you're not taking what he's saying for face value. And I don't think that's a female issue because I just told you I had the same issue with a male. Like, I don't know if you want me to stand on a mountaintop or write it in cursive or say it in Chinese, but I'm saying what I'm saying and you not picking up what I'm putting down. So it's not a female thing. I think that people, like just with that young man, they want to willpower something to happen when it's not even meant to happen. They want to force things. Because again, you could be a good man, I could be a good woman. That doesn't mean we're good for each other. It
That's
doesn't
true.
even mean that we're good together. So say for instance, if you got a good job, but you work well in chaos. I don't see us getting married and moving in together because I have OCD. I'm gonna forever be walking behind you cleaning up. So that's just like if you have a large income and you're a big spender, but then you get with somebody like me that's frugal, that don't wear Chanel bags. Like these things can clash. These things can cause issues and cause problems. So I think outside of us looking on the outside, how fine somebody is, how good they look, it's so many factors. And I don't think people are willing to take one for the team enough. And when I say take one for the team, if I got a man that's good in all these aspects, but the sex is mediocre, you think I'm gonna pass up a good man for that reason? No. What I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start doing some research, see other ways we can enhance this situation. Like I'm not gonna put my all in that one little area that he's not great in. I'm gonna look like the 80-20 rule. You gotta weigh your pros and cons. Everybody is out here looking for 100% when they not 100%, and that's the problem.
Yeah, so Felicia said, well, if they can't accept what you're saying, it's on them. It's called immaturity and denial. Perhaps they believe they can change you.
Yeah, they delusional. They delulu. That's what they are. They are delusional people at that point.
And she says that's 100, tough cat. No one is perfect.
Yeah, because I tell people all the time when they try to date me, I list all the good qualities and I be like, look, I'm emotionally needy. I cry a lot. I overthink. If you don't answer the phone in 6 hours, I watch First 48. I'm already thinking about how these people then offed you and kidnapped you and threw you in a white van. Like I'm letting you know that this may be what the guy before you didn't like. Can you put up with that? You gonna get good breakfast, your clothes gonna be out the dry cleaners, but can you put up with that? Can you put up with that part of me? And I think a lot of times too, people don't lead with what's wrong with them. I think we would save each other a lot of trouble if we just like don't start off with the good stuff. Tell me what's wrong with you. Why your baby mamas did that? Why you can't keep a job? Why you at your mama house again? What happened to your last car? Where your money at? Like let's talk about it. It's easy to talk about the good stuff. What are your views? Do you want more children? How do you feel about birth control? Oh, you want to put it all on me. You want me to take a pill. How about you take a pill? You know they got pills for you? Oh, okay. I don't trust you to wear the condoms. I'm gonna wear the condoms. We got female condoms. Like it's a check and balance when you in a relationship when you dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? You want a busy man or you want a broke man. I don't like a woman that's always complaining about her man busy, but then I look at her and she got all everything she wants. But I got this man that could be with me every weekend, but he can't give me nothing because that's all he got is time. He don't got the money to go with the time. So what I feel like the woman that's complaining about her man busy, baby, go to his job, bring him lunch, stay up at night, go to sleep early so you can set your alarm so you can wake up when he coming home. It's always ways around it.
A give and take.
And when you in love, like true love is a motivator, man. True love will have you trying to make a way out of no way. To me, that's how I can always tell, like, if I really love a person. Like, even my homegirls versus, oh, she cool, or like, wow, that's my girl. And I'm finna go all the way in for her. Because when you really love somebody, it's just certain things you want to see for them. It's certain satisfaction you get in knowing that they okay and that you help them to be okay, or that you help them to accomplish something. Like what you said about your wife, about making sure she had this and that and this and that. I don't know your ex-wife. I don't know if it was more so she was materialistic, but for me, it's somebody that's listening to my unspoken needs. I've never been a woman that felt like I had to ask a man that I'm in a relationship with for something. I don't know, it just don't sit well with me, because it's like, if you hear me talking and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, that's your cue to say, baby, you need me to get you something to eat, or why didn't you get something to eat? You don't have the money, or you tired, you don't feel like cooking. But if I feel like I always gotta always ask you for something, I feel like it's not naturally in you to offer it to me, because I'm an offerer. I listen to the unspoken needs. If you on the phone and you calling me on your lunch break, you like, damn man, I got a crook in my neck. I'm already hands on ready to massage you when you walk through the door, because I heard you say you had a crook in your neck. And
Hmm.
everything, I don't think everything should be, you know, you do this, I do that. Like sometimes it's like you do, you do, you do. Then it might be I get something in return. And a lot of people don't reciprocate. And that's my favorite relationship word, is reciprocation. And like you
Yeah.
said, representative. I'm trying to figure out how 7 months ago when we started talking, I got good morning, good evening, good night. I got baby, I'm finna go to sleep. Now it's turning around to the next morning and I got a text like, are you alive? Are you okay today? Like, but is it because now you spend the night at somebody else's house and you scared to text me good night because you scared I'm going to call? Or we used to FaceTime, now I don't see your face no more. Like, where's the routine? Because it's
Yeah.
representative that you showed me had me excited, because I'm like, oh, baby attentive, baby calling, baby checking in. Now baby missing in action, baby ain't babying. I don't know. Cause I feel
So
like
let
if I can go have a weekend and not
uh-huh.
feel bad about it, cause you ain't even calling checking on me, I'm over here.
Felicia say consistency is what we look for.
Right. If you're gonna be invisible, be invisible. If you're gonna be present, be present. Whatever you're gonna be, just be it and be your best you. If it's gonna just be about sex, come over, smack, 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 get up and go. Don't hug me, don't lay there, don't watch TV, don't rub my feet. Do what you came to do and go. Don't blur the line, don't mix the signals. If you bay, we bay. I love you, you love me.
So it's
Fully
it's
conscious.
funny. It's funny y'all saying this because I have a friend and I promise my right hand to God, we are strictly just friends. But the people around us, including the invisible lady, says, no, that girl like you. Like, stop it. Quit saying y'all. She was like, yeah, y'all may be cool. I'm not saying y'all not cool, but that girl likes you on a different level. And number one is because of the consistency of everyday conversations. If she got an issue, who she calling? Hey, I got this going on in my house. Can hey, this. She was like, them boyfriend duties. So stop saying that's just a homie. Yeah, she may be just a homie, but there's other interests besides being just a homie. And I'm just, hey, for me,
No,
but I promise, Nicole,
no.
we've done so much together, but nobody's ever crossed no lines.
Listen, lean to the left so the invisible lady can see me real good.
So you
I'm on
see,
your I'm on your side with this one, and let me explain to you why. Me and my friend like that, we so like that now I introduce him as my god brother. We have never been inappropriate, we have never kissed, we have never fondled on each other to the point where he's legally married. But just like you, we talk consistently every day. I just went out of town with them this past weekend. That's who I went to Vegas with, him and his wife probably felt like the invisible lady at first, but then she got to know me. Then we started going out together, and then she realized on the surface, like I'm just like a little sister. Like I started talking. Actually, I started talking to her more so, and talking to him. So then she was like, "Oh well, Nicole, she just lost. She's just looking for love. She really got me in problems. Like she realized it, but when I first bought this house, I told you I'm over here by myself, me and my kids. It was him that came over here, taught me about changing air filters, told me about the yard. Like his wife could have got jealous, like why she don't got no nigga doing that? Well, cause
Exactly.
but that's my bro.
Go
You know
on,
what I'm
speak,
saying?
man. You speaking good shit. Go on, speak about.
So, but it's society that makes those type of relationships unbelievable because it's some shady women that be in your face and they didn't suck your man off. I have no respect for those type of women. Those type of women really make me reconsider
Whoa,
my
whoa, whoa. Hey, hold on, hold on. So if they suck your man off, can they no longer
just stay out of my face. Like don't be trying to act like
wait?
we cool.
No, no, you talking too much now. If they suck your man off, can they not still just be a friend?
They
I'm
can't be
just
my friend. They need to be my friend. I don't want. Dude, listen. So maybe a lot of people don't know. I'm on a motorcycle set, and everybody call each other sis. And I told them in an open forum, and I told them in a chat. When I decide, this was like 4 years ago when I first started, because they be like, "Oh, motorcycle women they ran through. That's all y'all there for to sleep with the men or whatever." Woo. So I told them, I said, "I ain't been with nobody yet. But when I do decide to be with somebody, y'all better not play with me. And if y'all ever sleep with one of mine, don't speak to me no more. Because we got a rule on a motorcycle say you got to speak to, I say, don't speak to me personally. Just if you see me, say, hey, y'all. Don't personalize it. Don't say, hey, tough cat. And you done been with my man or you've been flirting with him or you've been texting him. Because now I'm going to feel some kind of way and want to push your eyeballs back because you playing with me. So if you been with my man or you like my man or you crushing on my man, when I walk in the room, look down like this. Look at the floor. Don't look at me. Don't speak to me. Because now
hold on. Wait,
it's disrespectful.
Nicole.
Kevin said what he said, and I said what I said. Don't speak to me.
So you think if a man sleeps with a woman, she can't still be cool with you? She can't be your friend.
Listen, or do you mean like are you saying can I be friends with an ex that you slept with in the past? Yes. I'm talking about me and you in a relationship right now, and
Mm-hmm.
your home girl, air quotations, coming over to the house playing cards with us. But when she leaves, she texts you like, "Oh, Kevin, you look real good last night. I'm thinking about swallowing you." That's inappropriate because now she done played in my face. She got me thinking she just a homie, but she got other motives. That's what I'm
So
talking about.
what happens if she say, "Won't you set it up for all of us, and we all can enjoy each other"?
Do your woman like that? Cause I don't like that. I ain't like Sharon in kindergarten. I don't like Sharon.
So
Next.
you ain't share your crayons, is what you're saying.
Nope. And if somebody tried to take them out my box and I ain't want them to use them, I broke them in half.
Let me read a couple of these comments. So Velna says, "VL Wells, that's my girl Velna. What's up? Pinka B, it's my girl Velna. She said, I've heard about that. I dated a guy who rode in a group. Hold on, it's jumping. I could spot them heifers. She said she could spot them that was trying to get at him.
Right,
So
for real.
Kylie says, we learn from our relationships with our fathers and brothers and male family members how to have platonic interaction
Interaction.
with men.
Right. I like being one of the homies. Like most of my best friends are men, and it's like because I grab intel from them. That's why I love being on this podcast because I get to hear from a man that got something going on with himself, not just like a nigga on the street smoking weed and bum bum bum. Like, what are you gonna teach me? I'm running from that. So I love having the feedback and stuff from a real man.
So
So
Shantae says no real woman is sharing her partner.
for real, baby, that's something you do with the homies. That ain't nothing you do with your. But to each his own. Pause. I'm not judging, but I will say that I used to facilitate parties for the other side, and I saw so many marriages break up. I saw so many, oh, it's the three of us. But then it started being the two of them. And you over here wondering why you wasn't involved in the party because they over there partying by themselves without you. So it take a different mindset. If you could do it, that's fine. But polygamy is just not about sex. Like likeness is this household running. Do everybody got good credit? Everybody got a good job. What is your purpose? Is you cooking? I'm cleaning. Like if I'm thinking of a sister wife, I don't want my sister wife just to be there for sex purposes. Girl, my head hurt. Can you go in there and help them kids with that homework? Girl, I'm tired. Can you get that laundry? Like we
Hey, we
if we gonna share the penis, we gonna share them duties too. Run that. Don't think we just here for sex.
I was just about to say, hey, everybody can have a role. Shantae says adding someone extra is never going to work out. Jealousy is going to be a factor. Lack of attention is going to be a factor.
I agree, Shantae. Moving right along. And I'll tell a man real quick, baby. I got six personalities. I'm all the women's you need. What you want? What? You want a Christian? We going to church. You want ratchet? I'm sexy red. You want a porn star? I'm swinging off the fan. Baby, I'm enough. All of us. Who you want? Tough cat? You want the cold? You want the nausea? You want the Eastern Star? You want the motorcycle chick? Baby, I can run all of them. That's why I really get offended when you cheat on me because I'm just so well rounded. The nerve of you.
So, do a different wig come with all the different personalities?
I used to do that, but since my locks, it's like, man, you might get an updo, you might get it down, you might get tied in a knot, you might get pull on it, tied in a bow, you know. But I used to have a bunch of different wigs, different
Hey, so look,
hairstyles.
real quick before we go, we got a few minutes left here. Let's talk about these people pulling these guns on these contractors coming in from out of town trying to get power restored, and people doing the most. People are doing the, I heard somebody put fentanyl in a water bottle
And
and
what's
gave
so
it to the
crazy?
workers.
I just want to ask y'all this. Remember, I told y'all earlier today that a lot of things is common sense and consequences. Common sense and consequences. If y'all mad that y'all lights not on, what y'all think gonna happen when y'all shoot the people, kill the people? They still not gonna be on because y'all killing the workers. Make that make sense. And then it's not even the workers. What happened was that Monday we had the storm. Tuesday they had truckloads of people coming from other states, other cities to help us out. Those are contract workers that were sitting there without the okay from Centerpoint to go ahead. So when y'all saw like the trucks posted up, they weren't doing nothing. They weren't allowed to work. That's why I don't like how the media spin the story. They weren't given the go ahead to work because it's just like if y'all ever gotten a job. Do you know if you get a job through a temporary service, you usually get paid more than when you get on with the actual job itself? And the reason being is because temporarily they need the job done right then and there, so they pay more to make it, give you an incentive. So that was the same thing with the people that came to help Houston. They didn't want to pay them that type of money. They were initially going to try to handle it themselves until they really assessed the damage and they realized how many people were without lights and how many of the actual poles were down. But the ignorance is still don't solve the problem. Like I
Yeah.
get it.
Greg Burton says, come on, people, don't be selfish. Um, he's talking to the women about sharing when he says don't be selfish. He's talking about the sharing.
But
Um,
but y'all don't be wanting to share. The average man not finna let that woman have two men. Do you know I just be want to be like, I'm finna go with Ricky. I'm over here with Bobby. I'm chilling with Mike. Y'all don't want that, but y'all want
Let,
us to want
let,
it.
let's say focus here. Shantae says center point is the issue. They didn't want to negotiate to pay those contract workers either. Ain't nobody working for less than they deserve. True, true, true,
That's
true.
true. That's true. So us being violent with them, beating. I saw on Instagram one man ran up to the dude car and was like hitting his car with this man. What is that gonna do? That's not gonna solve nothing.
Yeah, so Vilna says Centerpoint needs to be sued. And Felicia says, I think they have a class action lawsuit about to take place. They do. And that's Attorney Busby is the one that's heading that lawsuit. Felicia, you're absolutely right. But that's Busby, the same guy who handled the Deshaun Watson defendants in his rape trial. He's handling this for the Centerpoint workers, the contract volunteers, the linemen who came in town to help. I think the
Now,
state
this is
pays
what
the
I want all
workers
y'all to watch.
coming in to help.
Look
Go
at
ahead.
look at y'all light bills and watch how much your light bill went up. Why are the lights going up and we went that many days without no power? That means there was no surge, no nothing going nowhere. Why was the light bill so high? I'm confused.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what is crazy about that. So about 10 o'clock one morning, the invisible lady called me and said that she saw a parking lot full of.
I
A,
love her, by the way. Tell her I love her.
she said she saw a parking lot full of workers at Reed Road and Scott, across from Worthing. The little whatever,
That
whatever,
parking
right there.
lot. Hmm.
Yeah. So she saw him there by 10 o'clock that morning. I promise. True story. When I got off work and came home at 4:30, they were still in that parking lot. So them guys had sat in that parking lot all day shooting the shit, talking, and hadn't done no work all day. Now again, that's not their fault. No need to get mad at them. They have to take their direction from Centerpoint. And I can only speak to that because I know how the utility works with taking direction from other sides of the house. So yeah, that's not the contract workers who are coming in town to work. They volunteered for their company to come to Houston. Now it's up to Houston to get it right once they get here.
Ain't nobody gonna help us no more, baby. And this storm just on the beat. You know how many more storms we got to come?
Yeah, and they said this was the actual earliest a storm had ever touched down in the history of the tropical storms blowing in from the Gulf. This is the first time one has touched ground this early in July.
Well, just think about it. I want y'all to know we're gonna have a hard winter, so y'all need to blow a husband my way. Cause let's talk about us single women that was we ain't had no lights. I ain't had nobody to put my fence together. My dogs was barking. I was in distress. The kids was hot. I was hot. I was sweaty. I was crying. My phone wasn't working. Like who gonna love me? Who got? Maybe I need an invisible man. Cause that's invisible lady. And she got a brother. Cause I'm sick of this. Shit. I'm sick of this. Shit.
She, I will make sure I question the invisible woman about her invisible brother.
Okay, thank you. Then we can have an all invisible wedding, all inclusive destination. Because we don't need
All
nobody in
inclusive
Houston rolling up
destination
on us
invisible
crazy.
wedding.
Woo!
Your ass is sick. So let's talk about Trump.
That was
So
a scam.
originally, I honestly said to some people I was with that I thought that whole thing was staged for a second. I really believed that for a second. And then when I saw the gentleman lost his life trying to save his daughters, my mind immediately changed. Um, Man, I honestly said a prayer because I can imagine, you know, as a father, first and foremost, me backing someone and sitting there with my kids when I take them out to an event. And it brought me back to remember that a fight broke out back when the Super Bowl was here. And I had my son, my oldest boy, downtown.
Mm.
and they started fighting. And I mean, he was terrified. Shit, I think he was 4 years old. So here I am downtown with my 4 year old. A brawl breaks out. As a daddy, I go immediately in protect mode. I grab and pick him up, and I just get against the wall because I had no recourse at that point.
Right.
I'm not gonna go fight, and a couple of guys jump on me, and my son see the shit get beat out of me.
Right. Or he
You know,
just left
so
there unattended. Or
exactly.
somebody trample him over or something.
So man, I just pray for those that were involved in that situation. The only thing I really didn't like, which I thought was classless, total classless, because I've been a sports guy my whole life, Nicole. We talked about that earlier. I've
Mm-hmm.
been in the sports my whole life. And the one thing about announcers, when you hear an announcer announcing a sporting event, if a guy knocks the crap out of somebody and gets up and stand over him to celebrate while a man is down hurt, you get called all kind of scum and classless. And so what was Donald Trump when he walked off of that stage pumping his fist, trying to pump the crowd up when there was a man who had been injured, who lost life laying on that ground? Was
That was
that not
crazy.
scum?
That was
Like,
crazy. But this, you saying this is the first time me hearing about somebody actually passing away. But what
yes,
I did see was like the video footage, how the lady kept looking back like she was waiting on something to happen. And even so, that doesn't mean that it wasn't staged. Still, it may have been staged, but something just went wrong. They may not have intended for that person to really get hurt, but it still looked like it was something done to draw attention. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. I don't even know
yeah.
how that
So
man
man,
is
I
still able
just
to run.
I felt I mean, I don't know, man. My heart at that point was like wrenched for that family. This man took his girls to support who his, and he has the right to be there. He's got a right to support Donald Trump. I don't have anything anybody. I don't have anything against anybody choosing to support Trump, because you've got the right to believe what you want to believe. You've got to right to support who you want to support. So people who want to support Trump, cool. You want to support Biden, cool. I could absolutely care less who you support, because none of it, one
That's
way or the other, is going to put a dime in my pocket or help me to support these bills and my kids. So
right.
again, I could care less. Like, I don't make a. I've got coworkers that are Trump supporters. Hey man, if you want to support Trump, I don't care. I don't. I honestly feel nothing one way or the other.
Right.
I got friends and some family members that are Democrats that's going to support Biden. They're going to support whoever's on that Democratic ticket. I don't care. I don't play the political game. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, hey, I wish everybody luck. If that's what they want to do, if that's who they want to be, I'm cool with it. I only have an issue because this man lost his life.
Right.
Staged or not staged, someone was murdered on that stage. And that's sad.
Right.
He said, well,
Oh,
at
they
least
say
we
he
be
didn't. They say he
medicated.
didn't know at that time that anyone was shot. Okay.
Yeah, Greg, I hear you, bro. I mean, he knew he was shot. He was shot in the ear. So he knew somebody was hit. So here's my only point, Greg, and I feel you on him possibly not knowing. Possibly. If I've got a crowd of people behind me, Nicole, help me make this make sense.
And something passed by my ear, I'm gonna be looking to see if it hit somebody else.
Exactly. And not pass by, graze my ear to where it does hit me. You would think at some point Secret Service or somebody would let him know, hey, on the way out, hey, somebody's down, somebody's down. Okay, cool. Hey, let's move off this stage. Let's go where we need to go. But I just think we got to have more class than that, man. When something of that nature happens, um, I don't know the protocol. I can't get to speaking on what Secret Service should have done and didn't do and all of that. Like people are speculating. Like I'm not even gonna try and remotely do that when somebody lost their life. I think
Right.
all that's just like somebody being mad at a family member but we've got a body in a casket. Like whatever happened, whatever you was upset about, that goes out the window when a person loses their life.
Well, it don't. Not in our African American community. That's a whole nother topic for Tuesday. Why y'all be acting like that at the funeral? Why y'all be doing that? Woo!
So look, y'all, that's all we got. Nicole, you got anything you want to close with? You want to announce your wedding date to the people, or
We working on that. We're working on that. Give me a third weekend. I'm gonna let y'all know. We're gonna have a Facebook wedding.
hey, Tamisa Plattenberg, Tamisa said, I am sure while they allowed him to stop and pump fists, most people will rush for
For cover.
cover.
That's just
Just crazy, yeah. So Shantae says, so his ear was affected by glass, and
and
yet he was asking about his shoes. Yeah, no, he did say, let me get my shoes, let me get my shoes. I heard that. I have been a nurse for years. In a situation like that, shoes is the last concern. Yeah. So Vilna says slaughtered that. Yeah, slaughtered that child. Greg says if it was staged, then the entire Secret Service and all were in on it. Yeah, you're right, Greg. I agree. If it was, I don't. I'm not going to say that because again, somebody lost their lives, and I'm not going to speculate on loss of life.
see, we
Thank you,
have
Felicia.
tact
She
and
said
decorum. We have tact and decorum on this show.
Felicia said, great show, tough cat.
Thank you. See you next week. Okay, we got 2 minutes. I do want
So,
to allot this time to speak on those that are still without power. I know a lot of us went through a lot of challenges mentally. If you do have power, food, resources, reach out, check on your people. People, it's okay to not be okay. Please remember that it could always be worse. Just like it can always be worse, we can always make it better. This is a time for bonding, communicating, love, and laughter.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ditto, ditto, ditto. Hey, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for taking the time to be with us for this hour, this wonderful hour, 8:15 to 9:15 tonight. But we'll be back next Tuesday night on time. We're going to check with Auntie, see what Auntie got going on. You know what? I want to get somebody else in here, too, to ruffle y'all feathers. Some new face. See if we can get Marcus Willis to come in here and talk shit or something for
Please, no, don't get Marcus. Get Ron. Get Ron Love. That's who I want to talk to.
You want me to get Ron? Okay, okay. We're
Get
going to get
Ron.
somebody. Hey,
Okay.
thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for checking us out. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.